Well, hello folks, we are in darkest Devon. Wonderful mid-late 1930s Austin saloon. 5 old petrol pumps, including the Ford Granada estate. This should be a museum. Well, there we go. Rare sights here in Devon. Oh, welcome to Old Classic Car. Now, in this video, we are classic car hunting down in the southwest of England. Yes, down Cornwall, Devon, Somerset, that corner of the country. We are hunting for classic cars and memorabilia, plus any old interesting garages that we might just happen to drive past. Now, if you're a regular, if you're a long-term subscriber to the channel, you may well remember a video we did towards the end of 2022 where we drove around France for a few days looking at interesting things and just keeping a video log of anything car related that we spotted while we drove around, and that is exactly what we did this time round down in the southwest of England. It was really enjoyable little trip, and can you believe, for example, we found 5 Austin A40s, 3 in an old garage that we were tipped off about. We didn't know that there was going to be even one Austin A40 in there, but there were 3 Mark 1s. They all feature in this particular video. Another example, a Mark 2 this time we saw driving through a town, and we saw this little car whiz by and we thought, whoa, another A40. So we actually tracked it down to a nearby car park and managed to grab some footage of it there, so that was exciting. And a 5th example we found in a motor museum, and again, we just didn't know it was going to be there. It was a complete surprise. Other highlights include some lovely old garages that we found as well, including a fully equipped workshop, just as it would have been maybe even 100 years ago, 100 years ago, something like that. Some beautiful machinery in there. Other finds include a super duper, seriously rare variant, a car I've never seen before, a really rare variant of what is already a very unusual French car. So that also features in this video, as do various examples of memorabilia, other classic cars, that kind of thing, and they're all strung together to make up this one upload. So make yourself a cup of tea, sit down, get comfortable, and hopefully you'll enjoy this little upload as much as we did actually putting it all together, because we had a great time. Yeah, let's get on with it. Well, hello folks, we are in darkest Devon. What do we see while walking up this quiet lane? For a little Rover 200 series. It looks a little bit abandoned. I'm not quite sure what the story is with this one, but there's no sign to say we can't go and have a quick look. So let's do just that. I know these have a bit of a following now, these little Rovers, so there's a lorry tank there, petrol tank. Let's have a quick look. This P-Reg 220 SDI. Like I say, I'll start seeing a few of these at a few of the shows we go to now at the NEC, Tatton Park, places like that. So I know there's a bit of a growing interest in these late model Rovers. Clearly this one hasn't been on the road for many a year. I wonder what caused it to be parked up here many years ago. I know the petrol cars did suffer with head gasket problems on the K-series engines, but this is a diesel, so I'm not sure if they were similarly afflicted. Yeah, she's not looking pretty. Wonder if there's anything under there. It's amazing what you spot when you just go for a walk on a quiet country lane. Let's have a look in here. Oh dear. It's looking a little bit feral in there now. Obviously we won't touch anything. But
let's see what the mileage is. 21.
Is it?
21,000.
Blimey.
It's a waste, isn't it?
Well, another 20 years will probably come back and drag that out. Or someone might do. Who knows? Do they all have those spoilers over the rear window, I wonder? I don't know if anyone's nearby. Yeah, All that muck on there. Let's have a look down the other side.
There's got to be like some bits of old landers round here or something, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's got that sort of vibe, hasn't it? Right. Yeah. Bye bye Rover. One day will you see the road again? Who knows? I don't think it'll be me that's dragging it out though. Anyway, just a little clip. I thought some of you might be interested to see that little old Rover as parked many, many years ago. Oh, like I say, there's no sign to say this is a particular house. Just a quiet little lane somewhere in Devon. We are in Dartmouth, and look at this. We just saw this one driving by, so we thought, where are we likely to find it? So we went to the nearest car park, and here it is, a 1966 Mark II Austin A40. This one's in regular use, so what is it? A Mark II A40 saloon with a fixed rear window and just the opening boot lid at the back. It's a deluxe because it's got the overriders and the opening rear side windows. And this has got the little wood effect dash. The very early Mark IIs had like a black crinkly painted dashboard. But yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw an A40 on the road. How cool is that? Harley was almost as excited as me. Oh, sorry. I'm interrupting the owners here, but yeah, it's just such a treat to see. A bonny little Austin A40, very pale green and a creamy white roof. But yeah, what a treat that is. Yeah, it's great to see a little Austin A40 out and about. We were just driving along, heading out of Chard towards the A30, the main dual carriageway, and we spotted this place. And look, there are all these American trucks. I think we're going to have a quick look round. I mean, there's a Monaro on the end there, which is quite an unusual car in its own right. But let's have a look at these trucks. Wow, big Fords, Ford F250. But there's one in particular I wanted to have a look at. This one, 1967 Ford Ranger. Wow, that's really, really nice, original truck. Just didn't expect to see this. It's been a real day of surprises as we sort of drifted over the Devon and Somerset border, driving around looking for interesting things and interesting places to go and pop into. Now this, custom cab Ford Ranger with the biggest trunk you've ever seen in the back. But yeah, what an incredible thing this is. How original is that? Camper Special. I wonder if the reason it survived so nicely, maybe it had one of those sort of camper bodies on the back that sort of clipped over the original back end. But what a beautiful old truck that is. So 1967, late 1960s Ford. There'll be a V8 engine under that bonnet, I'm sure. But isn't that incredible? Amazing. Hilltop Services, repairs, servicing and tyres, specialising in classic American vehicles, trucks in particular. I mean, these are neat, but this one is super neat. I really like that. I was supposed to be heading back and getting some shopping in before going back to the cottage, but I won't spend too long here. But yeah, nice old GMC. Grief, we've got some big American RVs. Look at these. Grief. Probably the least appropriate vehicles I can think of to drive around some of the narrow lanes around here. Look at that. What a monster that is. Is it a Winnebago? Might be. Just stay on the right side of these yellow posts. A breakdown truck. Very, very cool indeed. Let's get back up here, away from the road, past the Pontiac. Seat, I don't think we'll worry about that one. Yeah, GMC. Looking very tough and purposeful. So what age is that? It's late 60s, early 70s, somewhere around there. Chevy day van. Great reg, G20 van. Perfect. Oh. So many interesting things to see here in Devon. Who would have thought there'd be so many interesting vehicles and garages to visit, but yeah, great stuff. Trans Am. Right, let's get back in the car before I get in too much trouble. I really do like that though. A right-hand drive, so that tells us it's a Slough-built Citroën Traction, and if we weren't sure, the chevrons are behind the grille on the UK-built cars, on the British-built cars. Is it? Lovely, slightly faded green, but very sound-looking little car. Wow, what a treat. What a fascinating little place this is. Clearly this has been living near a salty environment for a little while. Yeah, there's a bit of tinworm there, isn't there? By heck. That's going to take a bit of filling. Yeah, what a lovely little Citroën this is. Looks so sound, a bit faded. It makes a change not seeing them in black. So this is a light 15 front wheel drive. Oh, what a cool little car that is. We'll just work our way along here past the Talbot camper. We've got a Citroën BX, the View, something View, Preview, there we go. These have a bit of a following now, the good old Citroën BXs. Yeah, well, that's the hardest bit, bodywork. Yeah. You can restore, but interior trim, the correct trim, it's quite difficult to replicate on cars of this era now. Yeah. That's a bit faded. And what do we have here? A Shadow 1. Wow, that's seen a life. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to see. Is that going to see the road again? Don't know. Yes, there'll be leaded joints under there. There'll be a leaded joint around here somewhere. Yeah, they do go a bit. They do suffer a little bit.
It's great for spares because once again, look at the interior. It's all there.
It's not bad, is it? Yeah.
Maybe the engine at that time.
Yeah.
In terms of body.
Yeah, the bodywork's looking a little bit fragile now, isn't it? Quite an elegant car, I think these are. They're sort of growing on me as the years go by. Maybe I'm just getting older. Yeah, what a treat to see these gems. Don't think this Talbot Harmony is going anywhere anytime soon. Well, we're still in Devon. It's another day, and look at this, parked at the side of the road. I think it must be advertising the company behind. But we have a four-door 1965 Mark I Ford Cortina and some very purposeful looking wide steel wheels, possibly Lotus Cortina, like banded steelies perhaps. You don't expect to see that just on the side of the road. I assume it gets moved in and out every day. Yeah, It's a pretty cool thing to see. Looks very original. It's got a 5-speed gearbox though, so maybe many different things possibly occurring beneath that white bonnet. But yeah, it's always great to see a Mark 1 Cortina out and about. Numbers on the door, does that mean it gets used for something a little bit sporty perhaps? Bit of a rat rod type car, mostly very original paint. It's had arches at some point in time just to make it solid again, but most of the paint is as it left Dagenham back in 1965. Nuclear war, no thanks. Who remembers those stickers from the 1980s? And the HS125, a high-speed rail for the 1970s, a journey shrinker. But that's actually quite a cool car, super original. Just wants a bit of an oily rag perhaps. Yeah, it's not every day you see one of those on the side of the road. We were just driving past and saw it and thought, oh, right, let's get on the brakes, pull over and come and have a quick look. What a treat.
I bought it. Bought it blind.
Well, today we are in Ottery, St Mary, specifically the Vintage Trading Post. And what do we see here? But a wonderful mid-late 1930s Austin saloon. Now, at first glance from the front, as we drove in, I thought, oh, there's an Austin 10 Litchfield. But no, I don't think it is, because the Litchfield just has 2 windows per side. This is a 6-light body, which is slightly larger, so I'm guessing this is an Austin 12. But yeah, probably 1936, 37, something like that. But yeah, what an eye-catching display outside this magnificent shop. I did just pop in and just say, is it okay to photograph and video the cars outside here? So thanks for giving me the okay for that. And what a treat to see these. You've got the semaphore indicators still. Retrimmed seats. Yeah, looks to be in pretty good order. I'm guessing this isn't for sale. It's probably just on display. And it isn't alone. This little Austin from the 1930s isn't alone in attracting buyers into this very, very interesting looking shop. Because if we look over there, we see a couple more cars. Look over here, the mighty Cadillac, a left-hand drive Cadillac. Now what year is that one? You tell me, answers on a postcard please. A mighty 2-door Cadillac. What's that, about 56, 57, somewhere around there. Something more familiar to British eyes. Also with fins, is that Ford Zephyr 6, 1965 on a C-plate. Looks like it's had a little bit of work done on it in the past. There's a 2004 tax disc in the window. So maybe it's been off the road for nearly 20 years. There's a very nice little pillar mounted lamp just over there. But yeah, look at the mighty Caddy. What an incredible car that is. We've got a nice ride-on car here as well. But yeah, look at that. How bonkers is that? In the foreground, a selection of old mopeds. We've got an NVT, Norton Villiers Triumph Easy Rider. Minus engine, last taxed 1983. Yeah, what an amazing gathering of vehicles, all very eye-catching, but not just cars. We have this mighty Ford pickup truck, a step-side pickup truck. Now I'm guessing, what year is that then? 64, 65, somewhere around there. And if that's the original plate off it, 1964, South Carolina. Yeah, if this is a taste of what we can find inside the Vintage Trading Post, I think it's going to be a well worthwhile visit. Let's go and have a look at the back of those cars. Let's just have a quick scoot round here past, of course, a fiberglass cow, of course. But yeah, the back end of the Caddy. What an incredible car that is. Just such an amazing... Yeah, I'll be in a minute, don't worry. Maybe you've seen something. There's always There's always going to be something, I think, to prize out Harley's wallet. I know, it looks very promising in there, doesn't it? Is there?
I don't think it's for sale.
Oh, I'll be in a minute. I'll come in a minute. Look at this fantastic caddy. And like I said before, more familiar perhaps to British eyes, the Ford Zephyr 6. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad actually. Wants a quick sponge down. Actually, it doesn't look too bad actually. Automatic Zephyr 6. Yeah. You just wouldn't expect it, just a regular trading estate. Like I say, we're in Ottery, St Mary. But yeah, what a bonkers gathering of vehicles. Right, I think we will pop inside, have a quick route round. We've just wandered through and there's an old van outside. Yes, an old like minibus or something, and it's full of old tools. Wow. Hello, madam. So, yes.
I've decided
Good grief.
to buy an Aladdin pink tin.
Yes, Harley's already bought an Aladdin pink tin,
Wow.
1950s. He's put that to one side, but yeah, if you like your old tools, this is the place. I think Ned the Shed will be... Ooh, some workshop manuals down here.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Yeah, what have we got here? Austin Series 3 vehicles. Ooh, good heavens. Many gems. Could spend the day here. Morris 6, that's a rare one. Don't see many of those around now. Yeah. Austin 10 book. Simon Eyes, Body Sheen. Yeah.
So much stuff.
There isn't.
The size of that spirit level.
Yeah. Cool. Heavens, many, many tools. Got some old cans here. We've been to a couple of antique shops already, but they were very antique, lots of wooden furniture and so on. But yeah, that's a nice pyramid can.
It's just gorgeous.
Lodge plugs, that is nice.
For sale, but I probably couldn't afford it now.
No, that would be a few bob, wouldn't it?
That's lovely, isn't it?
Wow, yeah, more traders this way. Interesting corner, this is where Harley got his, what was it? Paraffin, Aladdin pink paraffin tin. Lots of goodies in here. You have to look everywhere because you just don't know. We've got some nice John Bull puncture repair outfits. These are nice.
This champion spark at this point, yeah. I think it's got a later spark.
£5.50, very reasonably priced as well. Nice collection you can make of those. What's that one? It's champion spark plugs.
It's quite an early tin.
That's nice, isn't it? How much is that one? £9? That's not bad, isn't it? It's quite early, isn't it?
9 for that? That's not bad, is it?
No, no. You've got a what looks like an old blotter here. Yeah, an old Castrol shrubbery service station.
Shouldn't know.
Yeah, it's a blotter.
Nothing to put in that.
Many, many tins. Morgan's at Brooklands, 1995.
No.
The old O-gauge railway tin plate rolling stock.
Yeah, there's some really cheap, like
that's
O-gauge,
nice.
like carriages and stuff.
Cool.
Not that. We buy it.
Just everywhere you look, interesting things. Look at that, the Barnacle Universal. That's a little parking light. The little lamps. You park up, put on top of your window when you park up. That would be sort of what, 1950s, 1960s, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, it's just what a treat. I do love these places. You have to really look at all the little compartments in these cupboards just to see and make sure you don't miss anything. Yeah. Wow, there's just Clipper reflex tyres. Look at that. How old is that? 1920s, something like that. What else have we got? McDougall's cookery book. Not so interested in that, but that's quite neat. Cool little book in this packet here, The Who's Who of Motor Cars, 1930s. What a cool place this was, and not only this place here in Ottery St Mary, which is that one there, but there are two more, one in Somerset and the other at Axminster, about 25 minutes or so away apparently, so I've got a feeling we'll be visiting that before we leave Devon for good. But yeah, what a treat, what a treat to see these.
That I said I wouldn't buy.
So you've bought, so what have you bought?
I said I wouldn't buy this.
Oh yeah,
But I did.
you did. So you bought a nice
Yeah.
Flexo Light, lighter fluid capsule tin, because it's a useful tin
nice
and
and
attractive.
fresh. And
Indeed.
then
And Aladdin pink.
that looked good on the shelf.
Yeah, yeah, nice find.
Shed.
That'll be in Ned the Shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
Ragged.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, nice work. Right, let's carry on. Well folks, we've travelled down to a garage, and what do we see? Not one, not but two Mark 1 Austin A40s. What a treat to behold. Look at that. We've got a part restored, almost road ready Mark 1. Fantastic little car. I'm guessing no engine, possibly, because it's sat quite high. What a treat this place is. And look, another Farina Grey Mark 1 Austin A40. What a bobby dazzler that is. We're quite excited to see this. This is a race prepared Mark 1. I've got a feeling we saw this one at the revival just a couple of years ago. What a treat that is. Very purposeful looking wheels. Extra gauges, non-rusty boot lid, which is something I aspire to. Yeah. How cool. Yeah, what a cool.
We need to get those on ours.
We've got some nice carburetors. Yeah.
Get these twin Webbers on it.
Look at these fantastic A40s. You know, we haven't seen A40s up outside of a show for years, and yet only yesterday we saw the Mark II in Dartmouth. Look at this. A pair of beautiful Mark 1s. What a treat, just like it being in a 1950s, early 1960s BMC garage. Fantastic. Look at that, another Austin A40. This one just starting out as a bit of a mild restoration. That's going to be turned into a race car as well. So maybe we'll see this one at Goodwood before too long. Rescued from a scrapyard apparently. Yeah, not too rusty at all. And this is the wonderful Tipton garage where we found these A40s. Beautiful, you can still see the old window frames from the 1930s. We've got a tyre inflator on the wall here. A PCL, preset air. The garage here, the showroom where the A40s reside, and look at that, you've still got the petrol pumps at the side of the road, so you can pull in and they will top up your tank for you. How fantastic is that? And there is the A40, the Mark 1 race car. What a fantastic place. Thanks so much to the owner for letting me do a video inside and outside this wonderful old Survivor. But yeah, so rare now to see fuel pumps where they actually come out and serve you. I'm guessing there would have been quite nice early pumps there once upon a time.
Still in use, aren't they? So
Yeah, yeah, proper mechanical gauges. I mean, these must date back to the 80s, Tockheim. What a fantastic old place. I guess not everyone would spend their holiday away hunting down these old crocs and these wonderful old garages like this, but yeah, what a treat to see this place. Little bubbling brook just alongside. Apparently it is quite prone to flooding here. Right, anyway, this is just our little visit to the Tipton garage. What a fantastic place. Many Goodwood appearances. Oh, what a treat. Thanks so much for letting me have a look around. And just before we leave, this is the fantastic old machine shop. Wow. Proper engineering work. Look at all this. Well, it looks like A series or B series, one of the two, isn't it? Wow. And the gentleman that spends a lot of time in here is into his 80s now and used to work for Downton Engineering. Daniel Richmond, who remembers the Downton Tune Minis back in the 1960s. But look at this wonderful, wonderful equipment. Lathes. Look at that. What a fascinating old garage. You just don't see places like this hardly ever now. A Ford engine block there, bit of work going on there. Yeah, fantastic, aren't they? Look at that.
That one's 1929 now.
Which one? This one here?
Skid heads on that one, but yeah.
Oh, is that what?
That is 1929, that machine.
1929. Wow. That is Herbert number 16V. Reconditioned by Alfred Herbert Limited, Coventry. Wow. So a bit of skimming on the block of this Ford engine. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Proper engineering. Look at this Holbrook.
This hasn't changed in a long time.
No, it's just stunning, isn't it? Wow. This would just work forever. They'll never wear this out, I'm sure. This is a beauty, this is. I mean, this is a work of industrial art, this one, I think. Just what a... What an incredible thing that is. The Bridgeport. Yeah, thanks so much to the owner for showing us around this fantastic machine shop here at the garage. Wow. This should be a museum. Well folks, we're just driving through Colliford. What do we spy? But this. Now, I know I have seen photographs of this establishment before, but I'd honestly forgotten all about it, and I really didn't know we were going to go past it today. What a treat that is, all those old petrol pumps. 5 old petrol pumps. Let's go and have a closer look, just as soon as we can get across the road. Wow, look at all these. Avery Hardall, matching set of 5 Avery Hardall pumps. What an incredible place! Like I say, I've heard of this place before, but I've never seen it. Got a used car lot alongside. Yeah. Various old posters, a lovely National Benzyl mixture. There's Mr. Mercury. Globe. Posters for old race meetings at Silverstone. John Bull tyres. Vintage racing at Silverstone in the 1970s, 1973. ERA. These globes are for sale. Oh look, we've got some old photographs of this establishment. The earliest known photo taken in the 1930s.
Lawrence of Arabia was there.
Was it? Of all the customers that visited the garage, none were more famous than motorcyclist Lawrence of Arabia. He stopped for petrol many times as he travelled from his home in Dorset to where he was stationed in Plymouth in the early 1930s. Wow. Here is seen with George Brough, the builder of his Brough Superior motorcycle, of which he had several over the years. Look at that. Sterling Moss recommends Shell X100 motor oils. That's a nice poster, isn't it? So Lawrence of Arabia filled up here many times with his Brough Superior. Fantastic. Wow, what a treat this is. I never thought when we decided to come down to Devon we would see so many wonderful things, just by luck, by chance. Wow. What a fantastic place. Great stuff. Well, we've decided to visit one of the other trading posts, the vintage trading posts, and what should we see? Well, a Morris Marina Coupe and a Rover P4. Wowzers.
I think this one has a little secret.
Oh, 3.5 litre. Oh. It's not moved in a little while. It looks vaguely familiar. I think I've seen this somewhere, maybe advertised a while ago. Or... I don't see too many of these Marina Coupes, especially these latish, the sort of slightly facelifted versions with the bigger backlights. Ooh. There's twin exhausts on this one as well, so maybe there are changes under the bonnet of the Marina as well as the Rover. Oh. Rare sights here in Devon.
It's heavy. There's stuff inside. It's French.
Just have a quick look down here past many tools. What do we have here? A Granada estate? A full Granada estate?
What is that here? To be honest, it doesn't even look that bad.
No, it looks not half reasonable.
Pretty straight. It's a gear.
Oh, it's one of the upmarket ones, is it? It's just starting to rain. Oh no! Still, we've been lucky today so far. Various garages visited.
I've got a waving tool.
Holly spotted a very nice large-scale Spirit level. Ooh, there's more stuff back here as well. Good lord. Gabrielle's shock absorbers. Wow, there's plenty of stuff around here, isn't there? It's huge, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. I like that. What's this here? It's tin plate, isn't it? It appears to be missing. Oh, it's one of these repros, or is it? I don't know. Yeah, it could be. Anything else tucked away in this outbuilding? You just need to look absolutely everywhere in these antique centres. 2-gallon petrol can. There's no shortage of those back at base. We've got some toy cars over here. Now let's have a look. Okay, Accord, models of yesteryear. I'm advised that there is a nice Morris commercial radiator grill over here. Let's go and have a look. Ooh, it says, is it sold? I think that says sold. That'll look nice on the garage wall, but I think that says sold. There's another radiator here, we can't even see what it is. Ooh, nice Lake and Elliott jack. Many bits of lorry, very large. Look at those huge cast brake shoes. More radiators. Good heavens. What does that say? I can't read that. Everything you could possibly want, including the Ford Granada estate. little ride on jobs. There's an old jerry can there and a 2-gallon petrol tin on top.
Water department as well.
Look at that.
The jerry can.
Another building. Garage. Oh, look at this moped. It's a Motor Bicane, is that? No, Motor Confort. Wow. Probably been brought over from France, I would have thought. A little Tomahawk bike. The understudy to the Rally Chopper. A little moped there as well. Yeah, all sorts in here. More Castrol cans. They're a bit too grubby, I think, for us.
Yeah. They're the latest script as well.
Even got Freddie Flintoff and Winston Churchill.
And old classic car.
And old classic car, of course. And car traction, yes. These are great, these places.
There's a shark.
Hmm?
There's a shark on the wall. This is good for like gesticulating.
Yes. You can point at many distant things with that, can't you?
Yeah.
Hacksaw blades, Eclipse. It's a little saw in its original tin. Well, that's our visit to the second vintage trading post of the day completed. So what have you bought, Hal?
Some roll plugs.
Roll plugs. Oh, very nice. Oh, complete with contents. Yeah. Very nice, very displayable. Household outfits number 8. And this magnificent Rabone spirit level. Very nice too. That's very bonny.
And then
yes.
There was the little box and
yes, we bought some bits and bobs earlier on. And I bought this incredible Talbot, a vintage Talbot.
It's not just
jack.
Like Ford or anything. Talbot's
no.
really rare.
I don't think I've ever seen the jack with the car manufacturer's name actually cast into it. So that must be quite an unusual thing. Yeah, that was a posh car in its day.
Pre-war, do you think?
Yeah, it'd be 20s, that one.
I guess actually, would it be something
yeah.
from
Yeah, so this is just when it was Talbot on its own, so that will be 1920s. So these purchases, these fine purchases, conclude, I think, our day of antiques and collectibles hunting. So yeah, the weather's closing in a little bit now. The P4 and the Marina Coupe are getting a bit damp over there, but I think we will start heading back to the cottage now. Well, morning folks, it's the following morning and today we are in Moreton Hampstead. In particular, the Moreton Hampstead Motor Museum there with that lovely little Wolseley 1500 parked outside. This will feature in a separate video a little later on after this video goes live, so please like and subscribe, all that kind of thing, and keep an eye out for that video which will come along a little bit later than this one. Good morning folks, today we are in Newton Abbot here in sunny Devon, not to admire the magnificent clock tower over there, but instead to visit this Ogwell Antiques and Vintage Toys. Vintage and antique toys, automobilia, motorsport, memorabilia and antiques. And there we go, there are the details. And in here there are some phenomenal old toys. And when I found this place online while perusing Google, I knew we would just have to pop along. Look at this fantastic old tin plate garage in the window. Very, very tempting indeed. Lots of old scale extric toys and a lovely little plastic breakdown wagon there. I can see there is going to be much temptation in this little shop. What a fantastic place. Right, let's pop inside. There's Nigel Mansell in his Indy car gear, 1993 that would be. So he won the Formula 1 title in 1992 and he went racing Indy cars for a year or so. And then came back to F1 in 94, I think. But yeah, look at all these old Speed Kings, Corgis, all manner of toys, old and newer. Got some later toy minis there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are plenty. Look at that. The Sonic on Bus Sonic remote control. I remember that was a big thing in the 1970s. Sonic control. If you couldn't afford radio control, and you would get Sonic control toys, and you get like a clicker, and you click it once and it'd go forwards and left, and sometimes click it twice and it'd go reverse and in the opposite direction. There's that garage. Yeah. Polistill, who remembers those?
Start finish one.
Yeah, so a bit of everything in here. Lovely tin plate police car. That could be of great temptation. Yeah, look at all these matchboxes. Who remembers collecting matchbox in the 1970s? I remember going to our local newsagents and you regularly buy one of these. There used to be racks and racks of the old matchbox toys, and here there are many, many examples dating from the 1970s. But yeah, some fantastic stuff. But I've decided to buy this friction drive jet plane by Metoy. I've got a silver one of these at home and this one is in blue, so that's definitely coming home with us. And more stuff in here, more scale extric here. Look at that scale extric DB5, is it? Very swish indeed. Oh, got one or two of these at home but not boxed, sadly. Yeah, definitely worth popping in here if you find yourself in Newton Abbot and like the old toys. A bit of automobilia. Let's go and have a quick look through in the back room at some of the automobilia. Thanks to the shop owner for letting me wander around and admire his stock. Look at that little lighter there, shaped in an old aircraft. There's one of those Lucas battery fillers at the back there, the glass battery filler. Bits of automobilia here. We've got some semaphore indicators at the back there, the plastic arms, AA badges, car badges, Jowett Javelin. We saw one of those at the Motor Museum, Moreton Hampstead. Little pin badges, lamp, beautiful wooden steering wheel there. Isn't that fantastic? Oil cans, petrol cans, All sorts of stuff. Look over here. That's a nice picture. So motor racing programmes. Had a quick shufty in there. Old Meccano catalogues. Who remembers Meccano? This beautiful Vickers Viscount. Little prop liner there with box.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How cool is that? That's very, very nice indeed. British European Airways, the Viscount. 4 Rolls-Royce Dart engines whistling away to themselves. The beautiful Ferrari, late 60s, early 1970s battery-operated Ferrari.
Here's my start banner.
Have you bought your scale extras?
It's got the stands and everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just thought it'd look good with like the dinky racing ones.
They look good in the cabinet, they
That's
do.
what I think, yeah.
I like this Ferrari. I do like that Ferrari. It's a bit later than a lot of the toys that I collect, but with that remote control, cable remote control with a big steering wheel on it, might have to inquire about that one. There's an old petrol can down there. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Look at these little tin plate cars here.
Like that.
I'm guessing that's a Schuko style.
It's
I think
Chad
it is.
Valley.
Is it Chad Valley, that is it? I'm not sure what this
Schuko
one is.
style.
I'm not sure what that one is.
No.
Very nice stuff. Here in the little back room we've got a goodies box, £1 each. Have a route through there. Some old books, Modern Motor Engineer. These are great if you've got old cars, especially if you've got a pre-war car. It's well worth picking up a set of those because it really does give you a good insight into how they work and, more importantly, how to fix them. Old scale extric. Wow. Bit of everything here. Definitely it was well worth popping down to Newton Abbot just to come and have a look in here. What a treat. Tray upon tray of tasty old car. Well, that's a nice one. Speed of the Wind.
Nice pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, is that a post-war one with the...
Probably.
Yeah, well, the pre-war have the flat wheels, don't they? The post-war have the little ridge on the wheels, like a little hubcap. But yeah, God, there's all sorts here. I think we'll have to have a route through here before we're done. Anyway, we just thought we'd have a quick look at this fantastic little shop here in Newton Abbot. Holly's in charge. lots of the tiddlers there. We like those. Little Lesnies, aren't they? Well, there we go. A great little antique and toy shop. So I go home clutching closely this lovely little Metoy model from the 1950s featuring a meteor, I think, on the cover. But yeah, what a great little box and a great little toy hiding away in there. And that is where we are. So, Newton Abbot, Ogwell Antiques and Vintage Toys. Well folks, we are at the Antiques Village, and what do we see but a beautiful 220 SE Mercedes-Benz. And this one appears to be here on a special mission. All those GoPros attached to the dashboard suggest that this is actually being used. I think they're filming the Antiques road trip here. A glorious 1965 Mercedes. What a car that is. What a stunning looking car. And various GoPros. Lovely period radio in there as well. Some walkie-talkies on the floor. But yeah, keys in the ignition. Yes. What a cracker that is.